Hello, today I'm going to be talking about the general management practices, skills, techniques, and tactics used across high performing teams. A team roster is done by an organization where a person would have to choose, manage, and optimize a team to win a tournament to bring in more views and more income into the organization. As an example, Sentinel would choose their players for Valorant dependent on what agents they play and how well they communicate and if their chemistry is good. Valorant tournaments have a league structure where they're mainly based off playoffs, where they verse each other and the top 8 teams do a double elimination tournament to decide a winner. In Valorant tournaments, each annual season is divided into 2 splits, spring and summer, which conclude a double elimination tournament in the top 8 teams. The player market is a way to buy, sell, or trade esports players. If a player doesn't fit into the team's strategy and doesn't get along with the other players on the team may decide to sell or trade for him. They may also decide to sell a player if they need money to spend on another player who may have a significant positive impact on the team. A player might be given a short-term contract by an organization, and when that contract expires, the organization and player can decide whether to extend it or put the player on the market to another team. The psychology of the player is based on their social health and their physical health. For instance, a player needs to be in good physical form and be able to interact with other team members to avoid having low self-esteem and anxiety. If a player is in a bad mood, this would mean that they are not playing on top of their game. Another practice is coaching and mentoring outside of gaming. Fnatic and Sentinel hire staff like coaches to keep the players updated with the latest trends and to keep them in line to train. Sentinels, for instance, recruited 2 coaches named Don Muir and Adam Kaplan. The primary strategist for the Sentinels Valorant team is Adam Kaplan. He offers information for competitive analysis and monitors every player's performance in both practices and games. And the team's manager, Don Muir, decides on training schedules based on how well each player is doing on the team. Deciding which games and tournaments to take part in is very crucial due to some games having more recognition than others. Marketing and the business strategy is used to promote the team to a greater audience. For example, they use sponsors and partners. In general management, we're going to be talking about the ways the team pays wages to players and other staff, and also handling and coordinating partnerships to increase the brand awareness and the revenue that goes into the company. Sentinels strictly participate in the Valorant Challengers tournament. Sentinels only concentrate on 3 games so that their talents aren't dispersed throughout several branches, which helps them maintain a more manageable, compact team. However, Fnatic play a larger variety of games. For example, League of Legends, CSGO, Valorant, Rainbow Six Siege, FIFA, and many more. Many esports teams need to do a lot of individual training time. They can do this by doing aim practice, deathmatch, and they can practice their lineups and just play a lot of competitive play to warm up for their tournaments. This is all decided on whether their coaching or managing team feels is most effective. Esports teams also do VOD reviews, and that is where you do analysis on your own gameplay to see where you could have done better in certain situations. With team talks, you can talk about agent selection, meta-analysis, tactical ideas, and strategies that you can use. Scrims is a really effective way of practicing, as you can go against the high-rated teams and try out specific strategies that you can use in the esports tournaments. key part of training is going to the gym, meditating, having sports psychology sessions. For example, both Sentinel and Fnatic clear their minds before every game to make sure that they can give their best performance. This is also very essential as an average esports player spends around 8 hours each day playing video games, meaning they are getting very little movement and blood circulation. Characteristics of an esports player. Professionalism. Professionalism is good to have as you'll be well respected by the other esports players and coaches. A positive attitude is key as it makes you more likable to the fans, and it can also bring morale and productivity up for the esports team. Problem solving is very essential as it makes you become more resourceful in the game, and it also increases your team's productivity. Now I'm going to be talking about the characteristics of a team. A team dynamic are the relationships and interactions between a group of people who work together to accomplish a shared goal. Next is the ability to adapt to opposition strategies and strengths. This basically means that you have to be very knowledgeable about the game and know every little detail in the game. Personal and team appearance. This is basically the public image of the esports team, making sure that there are no controversies surrounding it. For example, Fnatic has had leaked texts suggesting that they are not practicing for scrims and that they do not care about the tournaments. This creates a lot of backlash as fans know that the team is not giving it their all in game. One key skill that every esports team should have is communication. Communication is vital as it allows for your teammates to understand what tactic you are going for in that round. Crosshair placement is also a very important skill. This is due to making it easier to peek corners and aiming for the head. Map awareness is an important skill to have as it lets you know where the opposition could be hiding or peeking. Understanding the utility of the character's abilities is very important. This is because you and your teammates can communicate together and use your abilities together to get an extra advantage on the opposition. High level players are likely to use lineups. Lineups are very important as it increases pressure for the opposition and it gives them less time to defuse the spike. A common tactic in Valorant is saving. Saving is basically when you buy cheaper weapons at the start of the game to ensure that you can buy everything late game, and that would also ensure a win. Recruiting and assessing players. This is very essential as the manager has to pick the right players for the team and make sure that they have a positive attitude and that they are very skilled in the game. Now I'm going to be talking about the management of the team. The managers make sure that the esports players are always productive and always training, making sure that they are ready for the esports tournament. Another key thing is to evaluate the strengths of the team. This is so that they can use it to their advantage at all times on the opposition. Each game should be recorded and reviewed to find areas for improvement. You have to pay attention to the errors you made and consider what you could have done to avoid them. This can assist you in avoiding making the same errors again. Esports players have a variety of data about their performance from Valorant. This includes kill to death ratios, headshot rates and more. Using this data's analysis to determine your strengths and opportunities for development. For instance, you might need to improve your aim if your headshot percentage is very low. One thing you can do is learn from others. You can watch professional players stream and pick up tips and tricks from their approaches. You can utilize this to enhance your gameplay and generate new approaches for your own games. One obvious tip is to simply just play more. Regular practice can help you develop your abilities and have a better understanding of the ideas and tactics in the game. In Valorant, communication is very crucial. Make sure you are using callouts and good communication with your team to communicate any information about enemy positions and tactics. Another thing you can do is to set goals for your team. This is to monitor your progress, achieving them. This can keep you inspired, committed to enhancing your performance. In conclusion, performance analysis can significantly affect both a team's and individual performance in Valorant. Players can enhance their abilities and raise the likelihood that they will succeed in the game by doing things like creating goals, studying gameplay data, learning from others, practicing frequently, and communicating clearly with their team. When it comes to Sentinels, they have a lot of strengths and weaknesses. One of the strengths for Sentinels is aim. They have very exceptional aim, consistently hitting headshots and constantly making difficult shots in clutch situations. Another strength for Sentinel is teamwork. Sentinels has strong communication and teamwork, allowing them to coordinate effectively and execute complex strategies. Now I'm going to be going over some of Sentinel's weaknesses. One of Sentinel's weaknesses is having slow starts. Sentinels sometimes struggle to get off a strong start in matches and may take time to get into their rhythm. Another weakness for Sentinels is over-reliance on certain characters. Sentinels have been known to rely on characters such as Jett or Reyna, which can make them very predictable and easy to counter. Overall, Sentinel's strengths lie in their exceptional aim, strong teamwork, adaptability, and map control. However, they may need to work on their defense play, avoid over-reliance on certain characters, and improve their consistency to continue to achieve success in their Valorant esports tournaments. Fnatic has displayed some of the best tactics and fundamentals in the EU. Their well thought through plans and their disciplined approach to executing make them incredibly dangerous in any given match, especially against impatient teams. While they can land frags with the best of them, it is really their level-headed decision-making and patience that pulls them ahead in many of their matches. Despite their recent success, this roster is not the best. Only two of these players, Jake Boaster Howlett and Nikita Durkups Sermativ, have experience competing professionally outside of Valorant. However, the other players are young and very inexperienced, which can create some challenges. On a number of occasions, Sentinels have had 0 hours of training time. This is because of the management team telling them to focus on their streaming instead of actually practicing. This is bad because it will likely take a toll on their performance in the tournaments. And also, whilst the opposition know every strategy to use, they will also have more practice and they will have more practice when communicating and working together, which will likely become a very big loss on their behalf. However, Fnatic's manager, Kevin Gione, makes sure that they are on a very strict schedule, training from Monday to Friday. They train for 6 hours a day, and in the training, it includes aim labs, learning lineups, and communication with the team. Because Fnatic are a lot more consistent with their training schedule, it is more likely for them to start winning their tournaments more and more, as they are likely to have very well planned out games, whereas the opposition Sentinels will just go in and hope that their aim is very good and hope for the best. One of the techniques and tactics used by Fnatic is map knowledge. Map knowledge is knowing how to get to certain bomb sites on the map as fast as you can, and also knowing what walls you can shoot through, and that can be very helpful as without even seeing the enemy, you can still kill them, and that can really put you at a very big advantage by doing that. The reason Fnatic has obtained all of this map knowledge is because of all the training time that they've put in on each map. One of the techniques and tactics used from Sentinels is crosshair placement. Crosshair placement is very good to have as it will allow you easy access for headshots. Famous streamer on the Sentinels team, Tens, goes on aim labs, and he always perfects his aim every day, and he even does it on stream with a tutorial on how he gets better aim. He even has a crosshair tutorial as well, to optimize your crosshair for the best aim possible. Now I'm going to be evaluating one of the star players on the Sentinel team, Tens, gameplay. Now with Tens, you can already see that he's just got exceptional aim going on as he's playing Jet. You know, just constantly hitting his shots. But like, he's being a bit frantic, and you can see like there are probably other like ways he could play, which would be smarter. Yeah, but he got a kill there, and he's in cover, making use of those pyramids in the middle. He smoked off that little bit to make sure he doesn't get seen, so that's very good from him. And yeah, just again, exceptional aim. As I said before, with the practice with the aim labs, it really comes in handy, because look at him just hitting those heads. Right now he's using a Marshall, and he's doing pretty well with that. Oh, and he got a finish with the pistol. Really good there. Wolf, yeah, really good game sense, as he used the smokes very effectively to make sure the opposition could not see him, and he got a few kills from that. And yet again, with the ability usage of when he's leaping, that's also very good, because he got a kill from that as well, as he saw someone's head peeking through the little cube. Yeah, just a replay over there. Alright. Yeah, good use of the zip line. He's got the high ground. He's got a kill there and another kill. Yeah, he got a triple kill. Yeah, so with Tens, there's not much I'd really change. Maybe I'd say more communicative, because Tens is more of like a shy person than he is like, yeah, he's more introverted than extroverted, meaning he's more quiet in game, but his aim kind of makes up for it. Anyways, now I'm gonna be watching one of the star players of Fnatic, Durka. But the thing is, with Fnatic, their aim is also very, very good, but their communication is just amazing, and that's what Fnatic has that no other team does. Amazing communication. But yeah, over here you got Saru diffusing, but look at Durka over here. That shows some map knowledge over there as well, because he wall banged and got a kill through that little box. Yeah, it's a very smart play from Durka, and it really shows that all the practice that he put in really paid off at the end. So over here, okay, we got a kill over here, and Dirk's going in. Oh my, amazing double kill with the ghost. Oh my god, it's so many kills with the ghost. Quad feed with the ghost. We got Durka on Raze, which is one of the more mechanical characters in the game. Yeah, ace from Durka. Okay, Durka's now playing Skye. Now with a character like Skye, you've really got to communicate with your team. Cause yeah, if you go put a flash in the opposition, you can tell your team and get kills a lot faster. Yeah, again, Durka's aim is also very exceptional, but the communication is also just very on point. Now, with all the information that I have given from the two high-performing Valorant teams, there can only be one team that ends up being superior, and that is Team Fnatic. Team Fnatic has beaten Sentinels 2-0 recently in the finals, and honestly, it really shouldn't be much of a shock. Although Sentinels have one of the best Valorant players on their team, Tens, it isn't enough to, you know, carry the team. They still need to put their practice in, as they are being kind of lazy right now and not getting the practice in, not getting the scrims in, whilst Fnatic do it 5 times a week, 6 hours a day, meaning they're just way ahead of way ahead of the competition. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later.